Because the more people that are coming in at the moment means more time we get to compound, and you'll see why in a second why the compounds actually do work, and that's why I want to show you this one. So I want to get it to 2x, and that's when we'll be going mad on marketing, so that we can prove to you that we can give of your initial, and then that's when we'll see the big influx from a lot more people, because people are still unbelievers, and with them not being in chat and listening to us, they don't understand it, and they just keep asking other people in different chats, and it's hard to answer in a different chat because we had it in George Stamp this morning, and people were asking questions there. He goes, please come into our chat and ask there, because it's more beneficial, not just for that person, but for everybody else within the group, because other people can hear the answers as well. And it's better for an answer to come from us rather than being in a different chat, nobody's seeing that chat, and it makes that chat a bit more upset, because it's supposed to be an audit company, and we're talking about whether it's still a Ponzi and all this lot. Yes, every project starts as a Ponzi. What you do within the project can alter that. And by having a developer that takes, well, on the first three projects that's come out, as you all know, the developers have and the team has took no payment whatsoever. It's only the Farmer Fortune that we've decided to take a fee, and that is 3%, which is basically nothing. It's like 0.9 BNB every time we take a payment, which sometimes it can be 2 weeks before we get a payment. So we're not making a great deal, and it's just to help pay for some of the funds that I've put back into the contract, into the whole ecosystem. As you all know, through Cake and Elk, I put in 10K of my own personal funds just for marketing, because I messed up on the contract regarding the marketing wallet, because you could only get marketing funds when somebody withdrew. And we weren't wanting people to constantly withdraw, because we needed to increase the syrup pools at that time and do the compound interest to build it into 0%. And at this precise minute, we are 0% Alka Fortune. That is a guaranteed 0%. We have had 1,000 elk took out this week, and last week was 1,200 elk injected. So we're definitely a 0%. Now this week is going to be a lot more than 1,200 elk injected. But the simple fact is we're using the 0.5% fees, what would normally go into the syrup pools to generate extra income. We're going to inject them into the contracts so that it can build up that contract balance and give every single one of you that boost. So you're getting from the people that were in from day one, and some of you are on 1%, 1.2% a day on the miners. And as stated, through miners inflation rate, it can drop down. But I want to give you that boost to get you back up to 3%. So if we can inject roughly about $400 in Cake and $400 in elk into the contract, it's going to give you that boost. It's going to give you that bring back up. And anyone that has invested this week, you're going to be getting over 3%. So it gives it that counterbalance within the contract. And that's what we're wanting. We're wanting to build everyone's original stake back up to 3%, plus keep the ones that have newly invested around 3% as well. So everyone's getting a real balance, rather than somebody benefiting better than somebody who was invested in the first day. So as you can all are aware, even though you was in on the first day, the tokenomics of the miners, which we can now prove with the Alka Fortune, is anyone joining in now would benefit more than somebody joining in on the first day, because the ones that are joining now are getting that 3% a day. Well, in Alka Fortune, it's 3.3%. And it's counteracted every single miner in the whole of history. Whereas if you're the last one in, you don't get nothing. You don't gain. You lost out. You're basically giving it to the first person that's invested into the platform. We've counteracted that and turned it around, and that's why we've done it. And that's why we're give that boost, so that it will give the last person that's just invested that little bit more boost. But as they're pulling out, it's going to counteract and bring it back down. So the ones that are in on the first days, because everyone basically was in at the first point of any of the contracts, is going to basically boost up, because they're going to compound more, because that balance has increased, and build up their daily income, which then the ones that have just got in just now are going to withdraw to get their initial back. So it counteracts, and everyone will get around the same place again, 3%. That's where we're wanting to go with a farm of fortune. We're wanting to do it so that it will counteract everybody as what's normally known by a farm. And a farm is a static ROI. And that's why we can't say it's a 0%. We can't even, it's a reduced, at this precise moment, it's a reduced Ponzonomics. So to get to a 0% on a farm, because it's static, you have an end date on a contract, you have to go the full duration before you can say it's a 0%. And prove that that contract balance has still got funds in there for the next cycle. So that's where we are. That's where we're going. So I am just about to share the screenshot of screen of Grizzly Finance. So let's just go and do that, because I've got a deposit to go in. There we go. Can you all see my screen? And you'll see. Just let us know in the chat. 1 minute. I'm getting up. Yeah, right. So as you can see, Grizzly Finance in the BNB USDT, I did change it from the BNB BUSD because that dropped down to 68% APY. I put it then into BNB USDT, which is 128.6 APY, and also took out 3K from there and put it into here. Within the 3K, the token price of GHNY was only $42. The $42 has increased the total amount of deposits $826 within a week. Now that 1 week is also earning 125% within that 3,826%. Soon, hopefully. My main priority at the moment is getting to that 200%. Once we get to 200%, we'll be able to get more investors and more people that are more believers. So every time you're earning, you get an interest, which that is 0.28, which is basically $15 this precise moment, which we also get 0.27 of BSW, which is basically 27 cents per BSW. So it's irrelevant with that BSW. It's just going to be an extra boost towards the very end of the 200 days. So what I do is then when that comes out, I don't put back in here. I put it back in here because BNB is more valuable to us. So then I've also just done it before where it was, I had 5 GHNY, and all I do is press the plus and I change it to GHNY. I can change it from BNB, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whichever I want, and I press max and whatever it is, and press supply. When I'm going to show you why I say it is expensive to be doing the compounds. So as you can see, there's 11.8. I'm going to put 11, not 110, obviously, because we haven't got 110 there yet. So as you can see, 11 BNB is going in. That's an extra $3,857.75. And this is where the gas comes into it. It's 0.037 in gas fees. And that's why it costs me a hell of a lot in gas fees to compound each and every day. And sometimes I'm compounding 3 or 4 times a day. So that's nearly $28 of my own personal money at the time we was using. But the team has decided that I should be using the marketing funds because we're not using the marketing funds. So I send myself 1 BNB through the marketing funds each week for compounding. It doesn't cover the entire amount of the compounds I do because, as you remember, there's not only one pool, I've got 5 pools, and every single application like this, whether it's Pancake Swap, Phantom Life, you got Grizzly, they're all between 0.02 to 0.03 every time I compound. So let's just get that back in so you can see, because I want to go over the monthly income so you can see how much the daily compound is. So once that's in, this will all update. As you can see, there's now $118,139 in that one pool, 3,826, total of 121,966 just in this one syrup pool. Now there's another 4 more. This alone earns $12,659 a month. So if we work that out, let me just refresh that because I didn't see it increase that much. No, I knew it needed to increase. So as you can see, 12,659.35, say it's 31 days divided by 30. BNB every single day. That's 1 BNB every single day compounded back into the contract. So the more days we've got, the better. So the more investors we get, the better, because it brings more time for us to compound at this percent. If we can increase that to 20 days, that's an extra 20 BNB plus, because every day you compound is going to earn compound interest, which is increasing just this one single platform alone. And we're using the marketing funds on the bots as well. So it's going to constantly keep increasing. And we're going to get there. We're going to get to the point of saying, yeah, we're 2x. Now I can say we're a bit more safer. Everyone's going to get what they need to get. Get back up here. End screenshot. How do I end screenshot again? No. Right. Yeah, so that's where we are. We are getting there. And yeah, we will get to the 400%, but a lot of people are still unbelievers. And that's why I wanted to do the screen share so you could actually see where we are. And they needed to know exactly what this compound interest does. And this is why I say, when I had a question earlier on, and it says, can the dev transfer the money to another wallet if they want to? Yes, they can. I can. There's only me that has access to the wallet. I can transfer that funds to my own personal wallet and do a runner. But this is where transparency comes to key, because I want people to know I can do that. Because if I told you I can't do that, and it's clear as day on the blockchain, you can do it, because it's a normal MetaMask wallet, which is used through my ledger. And it's about trust. Yeah, I need that people to have that trust within myself. And we need transparency. We need that key. We need that trust within not only yourselves, there's new people coming in. And we want people to know exactly the truth within the platform and the full tokenomics of the platform. And now that we are officially a 0% Ponzi on Alka Fortune, we can prove that we can change the whole of DeFi space. And Cake of Fortune's next. So we've got another 2 weeks of the injection going into Elk, because we're going to continue to do that. And then it's just going to be the interest each week. We're not going to do any injections. We're going to put the injections into the syrup pools. So the syrup pools will have a bigger bonus each and every week, because we'll have that 0.5% going into the syrup pools, because we no longer need it for Alka Fortune. When we said on the last AMA as well with the BUSD, there's no plan as of yet. We will do a BUSD one as the same tokenomics as the Alka Fortune. We will increase the dev fees just a little bit so we can boost it to that 0% a hell of a lot faster. not as much as 50% because we don't need it as much as 50% because it's a miner. The miners don't need as much coming out in the dev fees as we have already said. In 6 months, we have got Alco Fortune to a 0% just by 8% dev fees. So we don't need that much, but I'm wanting to try and reduce that to around 3 months. So it'll probably be around 12, 13% dev fees that we'll be using to put into the syrup pools. And we'll also have the 0.5% at that time, because at that time, we probably won't even need it in Farmer Fortune either. Because at that time, we will be able to say we're safe. And that's where we are. That's where we're going. It was just basically an update today. Let you all know that I am using trading bot, but it is not a massive amount. It's only using some of the funds from the marketing wallet just while they're sitting there. There's no point in them just sitting there. I may as well try and make something out of it, even if it's only $70 a day. It's something. It helps boost the project. So people keep saying, why am I posting videos of or projects as well? The projects are from trusted devs that are constantly. I talk to them, and if I ask them a question and they send me a video, that to me shows me they're willing to actually show. And that FX trader, he does actually show the videos. Will it last? I don't know. There's some quite big whales within the USD version. The USDT, I want to see how it goes for the next 2 weeks. I am invested in that. I've only put about $200 in there though. So even if I lose that, I'm not too fussed. It's my own personal funds and it's money I'm willing to lose. It's the same as any project. You put in what you're willing to lose. I'm not saying you're going to lose it. It's just I'll make my money back up elsewhere. But the BUSD one, I will want to pull out of there. It's a lot easier to do that one because it's in the UI. So you can just put the same as Smart Cash Capital. You can put your key. So you put like 0 stake and press withdrawal. And within 7 to 14 days, the money's in your wallet. And it's taken out of the balance straight away. So you already took it out while there's a balance in the contract. But there's no reason to do it anytime soon. So at the moment, I'm earning 2% on a 3K investment from my own personal wallet. That any referrals, which is the 1 BNB that we've earned, it's 375.5 BUSD that we've earned. That's gone into the syrup pools to generate even more income. So anything I promote from now on will be extra income for the whole ecosystem. So remember, I am still an influencer, but I have to be careful what I promote. So there's only promotions of projects that I've got outside incomes, like D Mountain. What's the other one? There's ourselves, obviously. There's Man Machine, which are basically partners with ourselves. They've had a massive boost just this last week. But they have their syrup pools is the amount that was invested on the first day, which was 38K. Richie went and put that full amount out of his own wallet. I don't have that kind of money to go and chuck in 1K BNB in a syrup pool. I wish I did, but I started this with basically nothing. I started the whole ecosystem with basically nothing, apart from I'd never ever invested any of my own personal money in crypto, and I made it a sin that I would never ever do it. But I had to do it for the marketing, not for investing. It was basically to help the ecosystem, and that's the only time I've ever put money into crypto. Everything else has been through coin supply and stuff like that, where I've earned my first $5 and I came into DeFi and doubled it and then done every bit afterwards. YouTube don't get you a massive amount of money. This month, should I say, on YouTube, it has an investment into the whole ecosystem of $85 from my videos, through people just watching my videos. And when the ads fly by and you press skip, that earns me a little bit of an income. It's not a massive amount. It's only a tiny bit. And any influencer in here will tell you the exact same thing. You could have 20K views on a video and you literally earn about 50 cents. So it's nothing rare. Nothing. Yeah, presidents. I wouldn't like to be not in any country. the way they do it. Yeah, that's it. Everyone thinks when you're a YouTuber you make a huge amount of money. You don't. It's nice to make that extra little bit of income, but I don't really need it for anything. So it's more going back into the ecosystem, because majority of my videos now are through the ecosystem. So there's only one thing that should benefit from it, is the ecosystem. And that's where we are. So has anyone got any questions? Let me just quickly scroll up to see if I've missed any, just so we're on that basically thing. The newbies won't be aware. Yeah, so I have used a lot out of my own personal pocket. Yeah, thank you, Chloe. But that's because I messed up to start off with. But now everything's going strong, everything we're doing. We've had 5 months on the Farmer Fortune contract, so to make sure everything were running right. And we wasn't going to make the same mistakes as we did last time, because I just didn't have that money to start. Yes, you can self-refer in Farmer Fortune. And that's why we dropped it from the 3% to the 2%, because the 3% did drop the contract balance a lot quicker than the 2% did, and it could have eventually hurt, but 2% is good. Yeah, so if you max out your wallet, you just self-refer yourself and put all your 5-day income into another wallet, and you're earning an extra 2% on what you're earning, depositing into that wallet. And I think there's 2 maxed wallets at the moment. 50 BNB per plan. So if you max out 50 BNB on plan 1, you can go to another 50 BNB on plan 2 and pay 50 BNB on plan 3. Eventually, when we start getting to, say, your 2x, we can increase, because people keep asking me, is there anything I can control within the contract? I can increase the max amount of BNB per wallet. At this precise moment, I do not want to do, but the simple fact is we tested it on 50 BNB. So by doing a max wallet of 100 BNB or 150 BNB, we could potentially damage the project, and we don't want to do that. So at this precise moment, we're keeping everything as it is. We can also decrease the 50%, which normally comes out of the contract. So if we get to the point where we're safe and we can say we're earning enough each day with the compound interest, and we haven't needed to inject anything into the contract as of yet. So here's the next thing. We're going to reduce the interest, what we need. So we won't need the 50%. So we could drop it to 40% or even 30%. That's what we can do. But we don't want to do anything just as of yet. At the moment, we do need the 50%, and we do need to keep it at 50 BNB. Yeah, so it's a big help that George has actually been behind the scenes, even though he hasn't been in any of the chat and the voice chats. He has been busy behind the scenes. As you all know, he has got his own project. He's got George Stamp audits. He's got a few other things going off, and it's still helping the team. He does a lot with the team behind the scenes, just because he doesn't come in chat and talk. But we've got a massive amount of team that's here to help. Yeah, George is a legend. Yeah, the whole team. They've worked countlessly. It's like I've got a UI to check within Farmer Fortune. So we have a new background. I'm about to check after we've finished on the voice chat, and I'll let you have a little chat to see if you like the background, because it is a bit different to the one we've got at the moment. It's a bit more pixelated, so it's not as in your face. So it's like a 4K rather than, I've only got a 2K image on there at the moment. So I'll let you decide what we want to do with the UI. There's been a lot going off with the UI, people wanting to change it, saying it looks unprofessional. We're not someone that's going to be putting 400, 500K into design work when we could do it ourselves for free and put that money what we could use for design work into marketing or something else. What's going to benefit you more rather than a UI? And if look, yeah, it's like someone did comment afterwards, and I can't remember who it was. Baked beans. It was just a basic UI with just a box in the middle and the logo, and they got 11. I think it was 20k BNB at one point. So it doesn't matter what your UI looks like. It's about the team behind the UI and what they can do. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. If you think back to Cake of Fortune, I did update after a while, but we had just a basic background for, I think it was 3.5 months. And then because we started with the Elk of Fortune, we got all that up and running, and eventually we did change it, but we just needed that time to have that time to actually do something with the UI, because it does take time to design it, but I'd rather one of the team members do it or myself than paying somebody else to do it that's wasting your money that's using for marketing. But at the moment, like I say, we don't need the marketing at the moment. Until we do, it's going into the trading bots and for syrup pools as well. So we're going to be earning more of an income rather than it just sitting in a wallet doing nothing. Yes, last week we kept 1.5 BNB for marketing. It's a program Bybit. It's got a Google Play app as well. You can withdraw on it. I've tried it. It's just a basic bot, but everyone says they're not trading bots, and it's half of the people that I've shown screenshots. You remember Stable Fund? They sent a screenshot of a trading bot. It's the exact same screenshot as what Bybit is. The background, everything about it. So it weren't even an expensive bot. It's a free app that you can use, but you've got to basically be sat at your computer or your phone. You've got to be watching it because they can be very dangerous. And that's why all trades are cancelled while I'm on VC, because I can't concentrate on all that. And while there'll be no trades while I'm at work, it'll be based when I come home from work and I'm doing the compounding, I'll set some trades up and keep it on my separate screen monitor and do it that way. It's not going to be a massive amount each day. Some days it might not even be $70. It was just today we're a big volatility in the market, so that FTT it dropped right down, but I cancelled the trade before it dropped down. I showed the team the $19 increase, and I was buzzing about the $19 increase, and then I went back to the bot, which is why you've got to watch the screen. And I went back to the bot, and the trading showed it had dropped $4. Now that $4 drop in the trade, Bybit, that $4 trade drop per token could have lost us $100 if I'd not been watching it. So that's where you've got to watch it. But then I saw it with the bottom, so I saw a few little buys first. So then I started the bot back up, and then I made $23, and I crapped myself, so I pulled out. I ended the thing. It may pump a bit more, but $23 is $23 that we didn't have before, and it's now in syrup pools, so it's generating more income for us. So all in all, for all the trades within the last 24 hours that I've been using it, we've got $79 from 500 invested. So, and the 500 doesn't actually come out of your wallet. The only time any money comes out of your wallet is when you say you buy a token and that token starts dropping. It does like grids. So then it'll buy more tokens the lower the price goes, so that you're counteracting your losses. So that when it does pump back up, it pumps up a lot faster and your interest rate goes up even quicker. But if it continues to keeps coming down, then you can lose quite a lot. But no money comes out of your wallet until you actually end the trade. So once you end the trade, it'll say like you gave this bot 500 USDT to use, and it's only used $12. So if you make a loss, so it takes $12 off you. But if you make a profit, you've gained this, and it's give you plus $23, which is where the screenshots came in earlier on, what I've showed you. I am going to put them in the announcement channel so people can see. But like I say, that is not money from the project. That is money from the marketing wallet. So anything from the marketing wallet, if we don't need as much that week, we'll put half of it into the trading bots, and we'll see where we can go with that. I don't take massive wins. So if it comes to $10, I'm taking that profit. Whether it's going to continue to keep pumping, I'm taking that profit. But if it makes $1 loss, I'm pulling out. So I've got to think of it as an extra job for me. And that's where George has done a massive favor for me finding this, because he's built that auto compounder for me. And as you've seen when I did that live screen share, it's like 0.03 every time we compound, and Grizzly I'm compounding 3 or 4 times a day. So that's 0.1 there, and that's in one day. So it's a lot of money. And having an auto compounding bot that works for me, where I can just continue and get everything else done, is going to get us that funds a lot faster. So I'm not worrying about the syrup pools. I can worry about generating more income. Yeah, 6 p.m. GMT or USDT, UCT, sorry, USDT. It's because I've got it on mine now. If you scroll up, Hamid, I sent screenshots of some wins and a loss on the trading bot we've got. It's a free trading bot, so we didn't have to pay any money for it. Where we was offered 5K for a trading bot, and they were showing us the results. But when I found this 0, yeah, pin that. We'll also go, where are we? Here we go. So I'll pin the first picture so that everyone can see who's only just joined the VC. If you go through the pins, you'll see the screenshots of the trades. So I made 1 loss at 69 cents. I crapped myself, but I didn't want to lose anymore. And made 1 profit of $19. I showed the team. As I showed the team, it dumped like high heavens, about $4. So I'm glad I was actually ended the trade, because it could have been $100 loss. And then I bought back in while it was at that bottom and made an extra $23. So it's working, but we're only using marketing funds, so it's not going to be a massive amount that's coming in. Yeah, they are nice. It's a learning curve for me, because I've never used bots, so it is a learning curve as well, and that's why I crap myself. And what you all got to remember as well, it's not my money I'm playing with, so I've got to be very, very careful with it. So, and that's where I say it's a free platform, and the exact same background was the ones that was being shown in other platforms saying they were using a trading bot, and it was worth thousands and thousands of dollars. So they can get away with selling you these bots, and all they do is change the API, making it into a UI, and selling these bots, and it's the exact same bot, and they're just background using bit by bit. So yeah, it's suicide compound, yeah. But it's just a lot of money. It's just a lot of compounding fees, like I showed you in there. And that's why I wanted to do that live screen share with you, so you could actually see just how much the compound interest works. So, well, what we before, let me just get back to it. As you saw on before I refreshed the screen, it was $12,200 estimated monthly income. After doing that compound, it jumped up to $12,678 estimated monthly income just on Grizzly alone. Now, every day that is increasing. And that's why I wanted to prove it on a screen share, so you could see that for yourselves, rather than just listening to me talk about it and how compound interest does work. And that's what I wanted to show you. Yeah, so we'll do this as a regular thing every Sunday on the catch-up Sundays. We'll do screenshots of the trades, and I think, well, I'll do trade screenshots every single day so you can see exactly what we've made and what we've lost. The Grizzly will do the screen share every Sunday so you can see exactly how much we're getting in more and more in front. The Grizzly token has just increased again, so one of the pools has just increased, and it's only increased an extra $4 per pool, right? But it's now $3,826 in the GHMY BUSD pool, and that was only from a $3,000 investment. So every time the GHMY is increasing, but when it starts to decrease, I'm pulling out and putting it all back into BNB USDT. So that's why I've got to still continuously keep watching, even though we've got an auto compounder. I've got to do that. It will work, but like I said, the lower amount of funds you have, the longer it will take. 1 minute, if there's any admin in my group, can you sort that out? And if it's in a legit report, can you just ban the person? I don't know what it is. In Crypto Craig's group, that is. So 1 second, let me just any close to getting some of. Yeah, what it is, Nelson started the GitHub, but he's away at the moment, so he's away from computer. When he gets back, he will be all updated. It is like basically about 75% completed, but at this precise moment, he is having a little bit of time off, and it's understandable. So once everything's sorted, it will be on GitHub. So it'll be a full detailed explanation. We are doing a website, which will be similar to what Crops Farmer had, except we won't be using it as like a HTML. It'll be more of like as if you went to, I don't know, let's say you went to, what website can we use? Amazon. So if you go to Amazon and you click on an item, it'll send you to that item. It's not done by HTML. It's done by just building a website. So we're building one using a normal website, which will have a detailed explanation of each miner plus the farm, so that they can actually, once they've read through it, there'll be a link so they can link up to the farm or the miners and see exactly how they're working. There'll be a detailed graph of how the miners worked and how it's become a 0% for Alka Fortune. And it's just going to be a detailed explanation rather than just 3 boxes which will take you to this project and that project and that project. So we're going to have a full GitHub. We've got to go fully professional now. Before, we only had 200 members, so it didn't really make a difference if we went like just the normal, where the white paper at the moment is just on a website and it's just wrote out. Now we have to be more in front and getting things more professional, because this is getting bigger and bigger every single day. And when we've got influencers like Justin Pratt, we want it to look more professional so that they're not spreading. It's not so much FUD, because I won't cause it FUD, because FUD's fear and uncertainty. So there is that with every single project you get into. So when people say you're FUDing, you're not actually FUDing. You're actually concerned with your investment. So that's why we don't ban anyone. We don't kick anyone out. We would rather explain things to you and get things down so that you're listening and understanding a whole project, rather than just what you see in the UI, where you see there's over 1,100 BNB invested, but there's only 250 BNB in the contract. Why is this? Well, that's because of the reinvestments. So every time someone reinvests, the pools get 50% again, which helps them again. We will be starting to make small injections, but at this precise moment, we don't need to. We'd rather be using that compound interest each and every day to build them pools even more, as you're seeing through the screen share. They do build up with just that one compound. Yeah, TikTok is good, but be careful because I did one with showing the website and it got banned, and I'm restricted from TikTok at the moment. Yeah, of course you can, Phil. 1 minute, let me open up here. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Perfectly.
Oh, perfect. All right. So, thanks for the AMA. I just got in like a few minutes ago. Questions. I have one suggestion. You just mentioned, when you go to the website and you can see that invested so many and all that BNB. Is there any way you can just put there that a big amount, like how many BNB are invested into to make more money, so that people can know that it's not like only 200-300 BNB inside, that basically they're much more and working on the site. Just once a few people who I suggest your platform, they ask me, hey, why you promote this one when there are no money inside, and I need to try to explain them, look, they're using the money to make more money. So just one suggestion. Another question, actually this is a question. I know you're doing a great job, and I highly admire you about that. What about if you maybe dropping down with earnings, you cannot cover 2%? What about if you can cover only 1%? Do you think in the future you're going to drop the earning percent per day from 2% to like 1.5 or 1%? Because if you're making now, let's say 2%, you can cover everything. What is amazing, that's like nobody else is doing. Do you think that if you put to 1% or 1.5%, daily interest, I think you can go for fucking years and years and years. If you can hold, I think you need to give up your daily job, by the way. That's about it. Thanks.
Yeah, I've started thinking that myself with daily job, but yeah. The 2% we're going to keep at the moment. We want everyone to get their ROI, and we'll see where we are once everyone ROIs, see how much is left in the pools. If we need to, we could even increase the holding days from 5 days to 10 days if need be, but we'd put that down to the community. We wouldn't just make that up. We'd explain everything to you to say, look, this is what left. We need a little bit more time. Can we increase? We'll put it down to a vote, so everyone else will vote about it. So then you can decide, should we just like carry on, or basically like it is at this precise moment with the graph we've got, and we've done all the workings out. We're going to make it to the 200 days. It's just that time we need at this moment in time. So the more invested we can get now, the better, because it gives us that extra time, because they'll be more invested into the UI. Yeah, the UI, I totally agree with you, Phil. That's why we're building the website. The website will have an updated graph, which will be basically, it'll be linked to my PDF file, which will basically automatically update the website to an exact amount that's in the pools and how much is generating. I am swapping from 5 pools down to 3 pools, so it makes it easier for the auto compounding bot. And it'll drop the amount that it's going to be costing me each week in fees. I don't think you were in at the start of the video when I did the screen share, and it's like 0.03 BNB every time I compound. So where people say, well, it can't cost you that much, it does. And somebody asked me for the link for Grizzly, and I gave it them, and they said, well, wait a minute, it's like 0.3% just to get approved the strategy, and then 0.3%, 0.3 BNB, 0.03 BNB to invest. And I'm like, yeah, but it's basically for your first investment, it's 0.06 BNB gone straight away in gas fees. And so yeah, we've got all that up and running. I don't think we can change the plan percentage anyway. Let me just check. I don't think I put that in. The one thing I could do if needed be is increase the sustainability tax, but that I don't really want to do unless we need to. But yeah, I can't change the percentage of this farm set what wallet limits, start time which already started. I can set referral percentage, but I don't want to do anything like that. That's only if I want to increase it to try and gain some more traction, but we don't want to do that because we may find people start self-referring just so we can try and get more people in, and it's going to hurt the project. That's why we dropped it to 2% in the start of it. Yeah, we can set a max plan so we can increase the amount of maximum in a plan. Max wallets. Yeah, that's about it. We can't do no majorly that affects anything with percentage wise of what you can get a daily. So unfortunately, but we're good anyway. To be honest with you, anyway, we wasn't good. But like I say, we're still not at the safety point saying, yeah, you're definitely 2xing. You are ROIing with profits, but nowhere near the 2x just yet. With this bot, you are going to be getting that extra income each and every single day. Like I said, some days might be good days. Some days you probably might only get like 50 cents as interest each day. But it's something rather than the marketing funds just being sat there. So fingers crossed we have a big massive bull run, and then it just makes a massive amount of profits and we're laughing. But even if we have a bear market and it drops right down and then I start that bot up and it starts picking up, we can do all that. So yeah, hope that answers, Phil. But yeah, we will be getting the website done where it links up with the actual amount we've got. Z does the sorry, I've got right body heartburn. Z does do the graph which shows the actual amount of BNB we've earned compared to deposited and withdrawn, so you can see exactly where we are. People are saying that they're going to take out every day. That is exactly fine, but when we're up to the 200 days, please be aware that you are out of the game. When you're out of the game and everyone else is saying, well, wait a minute, I have 800x because I recompounded and reinvested, then they're getting 800x because they reinvested what they did in the first place. But that is entirely your choice. We can't force you to do anything. I do love the way the community works. The community works together and is helping the project. And people are doing the 1 day withdrawal, 1 day, 5 day withdrawal, 5 day reinvestment, or a lot of people are doing, they take out 50% of whatever they withdraw and reinvest the other 50% on every single occasion. There's about 20 people that are constantly reinvesting, which does help the platform and is building their bags up when they get past the 200 days. So yeah, we're doing really well. We're not in no danger state at the moment. And you all know I were honest the last time with Cake of Fortune. We was at a danger state and I did an AMA instantly and told you straight away that there may be a chance that we may have to do a version 2. But we didn't need to. We counteracted everything. We did everything. I did the massive suicide compounding, as everyone keeps calling it. And we built up enough interest to counteract what was being withdrew, and it slowed it right down. And that's what we're going to be doing with the Farm of Fortune. We're going to basically see, everyone will see the amount that's coming into the pools. Yes, it won't be going into the contract balance as of yet, but people are going to see on a regular basis with screen shares of all the pools. So next week, I should have all 3 pools on one network, so the BSC network, so you can see the whole, every single one of the pools, so you can see the exact amount that is being earned. You can see the exact bots, what they've earned. I'll show you the full logs of every loss and every win, so you'll be able to see everything like that. Yeah. But yeah, we are doing really brilliantly, and I just want to say thank you every single one of you that are supporting and are bringing everything to it and bringing more and more investors to the project. But please, if you are bringing investors, please make sure they are in the Telegram channel. They need to understand the project and listen to what it's all about, because you bring people in and then, like Bill's just said, you're bringing people in and they're seeing the contract balance is at a TBL of 1,100, but the balance is only 257. Why are you promoting it? Because they don't understand the process, and that's where this Telegram channel needs to be, where people need to be. And anyone investing outside the project, they're going to miss out on a lot of stuff, and that's what it's all about. You're never going to be too late. Can't officially say that with the farm just yet, but everyone can ROI. That's what we can say. Is there any other questions? I'm open in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, I will be doing regular updates. I am working every day this week during the day. But as soon as I've finished work, I will begin updates on the pools, where we're at, how we're doing, how far away we are. There's still 9 people in the team, yeah. 8 people. Yeah, 8 people in the team. We have no plans on increasing the team until we go further down the roadmap, where we do need to increase the team on the next project we have behind the scenes. But like I say, that has had to come on hold because our main priority is getting Farmer Fortunes to 200 days. So I can't concentrate on anything else, and neither can any of the team concentrate on anything else apart from Farmer Fortune. You got Dark Side that's going around, and you got Dan Passive Income and a few others. Trader, I can't remember his name. Dark Side, I'll type it in. There's a few AMAs coming up with big YouTubers, mobile traders, that's it. And that guy only normally does trading of tokens. So if we can get him as seeing everything, that's a massive thing, because mobile traders only normally is a pump and dump token. He buys a token and sells it when it's like pumped up. And he actually did a video.
Sorry guys, so we just lost Craig there, so just have to find out what's actually going on with the AMA. So I'm gonna have to rejoin again and try and share. All right.
Minutes. There's no point recording the rest of it. I'll just post what's happened. But it's nothing major anyway from now. Yeah, so someone yeah, so like I say, Alka Fortune is 0%. Cake of Fortune, I will know exactly where we are tomorrow. What day are we on? Sunday. Yeah, tomorrow when we do that injection. So I'll know exactly what percentage we are for Cake of Fortune. USDT cash flow is doing really well. It was back up to 2,000 USDT, which is amazing stuff. And it's only took a little bit out this week. It's not been a massive amount that's been took out this week. So we know well, but Zamba knows the full ins and outs of USDT and where things come with that. But what I'm watching is doing really well. I've got no problems with it. But like I say, that big injection this week for Cake of Fortune is going to be a massive help. So USDT will constantly keep getting the 0.5%. That will need the most help. because it's only a low balance. So once we get the first 2 miners to 0, which one of them already is, once we get the second one, we can then concentrate on USDT, see where we can go from there. Once we get to say 100, 150 days, we'll look into the BUSD platform. So you've got somewhere to park everything, but at this moment, while there's that automated BUSD, you may as well park some funds in there and just pull out whenever you need to pull out. You're earning 2% a day from it just sitting in that wallet. And it's all on the UI as well, so automated BUSD. I'm not saying it's perfect project that's fully legit. What I've seen, I'm happy with, and that's why I promoted it. I don't take any payments for any video I promote now. Everything is for free, as long as it is platforms I can read the code and go through the code, but you must still do your own research on it. That's imperative. So that's where we are at. So at the moment, I'm earning 2% off 3K that I've invested. They are going to be doing live video trading tomorrow, which I've seen the trades, my own trades. Now, if it's the same platform, I'm going to be pretty annoyed because they were going to sell me the bot for 5K. So when it's for free. So I think, yeah, cheeky, yeah. That's why I said I wanted to see the trades first, and I were asking George's advice, and that's why we said in team chat I wanted to see fully trades first and what happens and everything else. So I wanted all that to go ahead first, and then when I found this is a free platform, why would I pay 5K when I think I've paid enough out of my own personal funds into Fortune Hunters, when I can get it for free and earn $70 on a $500 investment, which is not bad for basically 17 hours of the trades. So yeah, we're doing amazing stuff. I just wanted to give you updates and show you about these trading bots. I didn't want to do anything behind your backs. It's using a marketing fund, so it's nothing to do what can hurt the project. So I wanted everything to be truthful out there, so you all see it. Did the screen share with Grizzly Finance, so you could see the compound interest and how the compound interest works. Although you're seeing the amount of gas that it actually costs to do this. So I think Darkside can get the June thingy. Let me just give me 1 second, Chloe. I'll sort it out so you can post links and that. Let me finish the AMA first. I'm not recording this part because we're going to have 2 AMAs posted in group and the announcements. So there's nothing major that's needed talking about because we've already gone over it in the last AMA. So is there any other questions before we end? And if you are going to open the mic, please just be careful if someone else opens it, because I didn't have time when I opened the chat back up to mute everyone new. Or you can type your answer. That's a question that's in exactly fine. Which we're not done bad. We're over an hour. Yeah, there you go. There's June, Farmer Fortune. Yeah, I'm doing really well. I haven't finished eating my tea yet. I started it and then AMA was starting. They always seem to cook when I'm going on an AMA. And my pie and chips have gone cold. But other than that, I'm really good, yeah. House back to fully fit as we was before. Before I had that scare with me heart. But it was only a scare, luckily. But it was time that I had to slow down at work. At work, I hardly do anything now at work. I'm basically just sat there. Although yesterday was an interesting day at work, an old lady collapsed on the table, and I had to, for the first time ever, do my first aid skills because I'm the first aider there. And the other person who works with me, that normally gives me a couple of days off a week, got scared by it and walked out. So I'm now down to no staff. So I had an ambulance coming, I think. Absolutely ridiculous at UK. Phoned an ambulance, this woman collapsed on the table, fainted. BP was through the roof. And they said they'll be here in 40 minutes. Or like, are you joking me? 40 minutes for somebody to collapse? And anyway, they ended up coming in 10 minutes. Horrible, horrible, yeah. It is really bad in the UK. And they're on about cutting public services again. And that's why I say I'd never, ever even go for Prime Minister, President, or like that. Because what these are doing now and in the past have totally screwed up the whole country. The UK is in turmoil. And I don't think there's any way back. Not for a long, long time. So I am going to end the AMA if we have got no other questions. And I'm going to go and eat my pie and chips and gravy that's cold. And make another coffee. Yeah, it's a free platform. Bybit. And you give it a leverage. I put $500. As you can see in the screenshots, sometimes it's only 301 and 498, whichever I decide to put. If I've got a couple on, I try to split it, and that's why you get the 98 and 512 and stuff like that. And you basically press auto, and it generates a price in between and gives you a grid. And then grids have different prices where if the token's starting to dump, it'll buy some more tokens. And then if it's pumping, it'll sell some tokens. So you're constantly making a profit as long as that token's going on an upwards and downwards turnstile. If you see a token and it's just a flat line of price, do not even try and invest in it because you'll never make anything. And it was Crypto 369. I actually saw the video on, and then I did a bit of research myself because I don't trust any video that shows a trading bot. I have to work it out myself. And there's no other do your own research than trying it yourself. And that's where I tried it. And I did a few trades and panicked when I made a 69-cent loss, and so ended the bot and made a different trade, which was in the FTT because that had dumped hard. And then it pumped and I made $19. And then I showed the team what we'd done with the screenshot of how much I'd pulled out. And then it dumped heavily and I decided it was bottom. So I jumped back in, and that's where I made another $23. I think it would have made another $20 if I'd left it, but I can't. I crap myself, honestly. $20 is $20. Yeah, I'll send you a link. I'm sending it to Yo-Yo as well because that's with the D-Mountain. They're using outside income. So it's pretty easy to do. And it's just about basically cutting your losses if you make a little loss. If you're making a loss, put a stop loss so that you don't lose everything. Because when people say they've got a bot trading for you, you are the one that's really trading because you've got to watch that screen. And if you don't watch that screen, you can lose everything. So, yeah, I am going to end the AMA and I'll send you the link, and I need to send it to Yo-Yo as well. It is a free link, and I think I do earn a little bit of affiliate from it. So I think it's like 0.5% referral. So that'll go in towards the pool. So thanks everyone for joining. If you do have any more questions, please feel free to tag me and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If not, the team will get back to you. And anyone that is in Fiorio, please make sure you're in Dirty Rabbits chat later on. I think Darkside's on the AMA tonight in there. It's a really funny AMA. It's one that you can't be offended with swearing or anything like that. It's a laugh. We take the mickey out of Portuguese mafia in there, and then they gang up on us, and it's a right laugh, honestly. And it doesn't mean that we're racist in any way. We just have a laugh. So yeah, thanks everyone. And if anyone wants the link for Dirty Rabbits chat, you don't even have to get into Fiorio. Just listen to the AMAs. It's amazing. It relaxes you. So thanks everyone. And Darkside will post a link for the Dirty Rabbits chat if anyone wants to jump in there. Yeah. And I'll take care, and I'll see you in the next AMA. We'll schedule another one during the week, and then we'll do this one like this every Sunday, where we'll show you exactly where we are. You see the screen share. I've done the same thing again today. I didn't record video when I should have, but everyone that was in the chat saw the screenshot and everything else, what we're earning with compound interest. And I'll see you next week, and have a good weekend. Well, rest of it. There's not much left of it for me. Take care.
Hey guys, what's up? And thank you so much all for watching this amazing AMA which we just had right now. I really appreciate you all, and thank you so much again for watching this content. It's really amazing, and it's encouraging me to bring most of these contents out there for you guys. So I really appreciate you all. If you love the content of my channel, please leave me a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you are notified every single time I drop a new video. So, all right, guys, I think it's time for me to leave. And I appreciate you all, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Peace out.